Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. In today's tutorial I will show you how to do this adult bean stitch hat in two colors. Here's the one that I showed you in my last video. So today I will show you how it's done. It's reversible. As you can see, this is what it looks like from this other side. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to make is our brim. I have mine ready here and I'm going to show you how I did that. Using a 5mm crochet hook and just a normal medium-sized yarn, I have 7 chains here. Here you're going to have to decide how wide you want your brim to be. This one here, I did it with 7 chains. You can do it with 10, 8, however wide you want it. That's how many chains you need to do. Okay, so here I have 7 chains, like I said, and the first thing that we're going to do on the second chain from the hook, I'm going to do a yarn over, and on the second chain I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop. This loop that I just pulled, I'm going to pass it through these 2 loops that were on my hook and close. We're just making the half double crochet slip stitches. I've shown you how to do the stitches before in a couple of my videos. Okay, so again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop. This loop, you're going to pass it through these 2 that are on your hook and close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop. This loop is going to go through these 2 and close. And again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, and close. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and close. Okay, I have 6 half double crochet slip stitches. Now for the second row, same thing. Chain 1, turn. Now all of these rows we're going to work into the back loop. So the first one, yarn over and into the back loop of this first stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, and close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next, and close. Okay, just like this. And we're done with our second row. Now for the third, chain 1 and turn. Now again, same thing, yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, and close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, pull up a loop, and close. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and close. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, pull up a loop, pass it through these 2, and close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pass this through these 2 loops, and close. Chain 1, turn, and same thing. You're going to continue like this until you have the size that you need. I have mine here that's ready. Mine measures 17.5 inches or 43.5 centimeters. I did a total of 66 rows of this half double crochet slip stitches. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to join both ends, and to do that I'm going to insert my hook here where we started the first row, and this loop that I have here where I finished my last row, I'm going to introduce it through that first stitch, chain 1, and then back again into the same first stitch and into the back loop of that first stitch on this side, pull up a loop, and slip stitch. There's 1, same thing, for the next 2, insert my hook into the third and into the back loop of the back and close, slip stitch. Okay. This is how we're going to close this part here. And there it is, chain 1. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, here it is. This is what it looks like once it's joined, and there's the back. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn it here so that it's facing me the right side, and this is where we joined. So I did 1 chain and immediately into this first stitch that we see here that's next to this stitch that looks like little chains, the bumpy part of it, I'm going to insert my hook and make 1 single crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to go into the next bumpy stitch, this one here that looks a little raised. Right next to it, I'm going to insert my hook and make a single crochet, chain 1, and then again single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Continue like this all the way around. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of single crochets. Now here, what we're going to do is I'm going to join here to the first chain that we did with a slip stitch, just like this. And that's how I complete this first row of single crochets. One thing here, I recommend that you try it on your head to make sure that it fits nicely around your head. It's not too tight and it's not too loose. If you feel that it's too tight, then go ahead and add maybe 2 or 3 more rows. If you feel that it's too loose, then go back and undo and remove maybe 2 rows. Okay, because this here, it's very critical that once we do this first row of single crochets, it tends to tighten a little. So it might be a little tight on your head. So make sure that you try it on so that it fits nicely around your head. Okay, so now here on the second row, we're going to work our bean stitches and we're going to work them into each one of these chain 1 spaces. And I forgot to tell you, I have a total of 34 single crochets. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1 and into the first chain 1 space that's here, I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain 1. Okay, make sure that these loops that we put on our hook are nice and loose. Again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain 1. Again, into the next chain 1 space, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain 1. One more time, into the next chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain 1. Okay, you're going to continue like this all the way around. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do on the next step. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just need to do 1 more bean stitch and I'm going to do it here. This is my last one and I'm just going to do this. Okay, so here ideally we would close our bean stitch with the same color, but I'm not going to do that. Here is where I'm going to introduce my second color, in this case pink, and with that I'm going to close it just like this. This is how you're going to introduce your new color. Chain 1, and then now this gray color is going to go right in front and into the chain 1 space that we have here where we started our first row of bean stitches, I'm going to insert my hook, and with a slip stitch I'm going to join here this first row. Okay, so now this first row is done. For the second row, I'm going to chain one. I'm going to leave this gray color here. I'm just going to turn. And now we have our first bean stitch that's right here. And if you pull, there's two little holes right there. I'm going to insert my hook into the first one right there and work my first bean stitch in this color pink. Okay, so I have one loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain one, and then again into the next bean stitch right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain one. One more time. Insert your hook into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close. Okay, so continue like this. At the end of this second row, you should have 34 bean stitches, which is the same that I had on my first row. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do for the third row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just need to work my last bean stitch of this row. Every time you come here to the end, this is what you're going to do. You're going to make your last bean stitch, but you're not going to close it with the same color. Like I have here, I have my 6 loops. I'm going to leave the pink. I'm going to grab my gray color, and with my gray color I'm going to close this bean stitch and chain one. Okay, now I have 34 bean stitches for this row. Okay, so now I'm going to put this pink color right in front, because now I'm going to work a slip stitch here where I did my first, chain one, and with that I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, making sure that this pink yarn here remains here, and I'm going to chain one, I'm going to turn, and now I'm going to work my first bean stitch right here next to this first bean stitch that we have in pink. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain one. And then again into the next space of the next bean stitch, I'm going to work my next bean stitch. Okay, 6 loops, close, chain one, and then again into the next space. Okay, just like this. Continue working bean stitches just like this, and I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to complete this row and start on our 4th row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 3rd row. I just need to finish my last bean stitch, and I'm not going to close it. Remember that at the end of every row, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to drop my gray color, and with the pink color, I'm going to close this last bean stitch, chain one. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the gray color is right in front, and I'm going to insert my hook here where I have my first, chain one, and join with a slip stitch. Okay, you're going to continue like this until you have about 15 rows. For the 4th row, it's the same thing we just did on the 3rd row. Chain one, turn, we're going to leave the gray color here waiting, and into the space that's right here next to our first bean stitch, I'm going to start working my first bean stitch in this pink color. Okay, just like this. Okay, so into the next space, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain one, and then again into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 6 loops on my hook, close, chain one. Okay, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of the 15th row to see if we need to do any more rows or start working to close the top of the hat. So I'll meet you then. Okay, I'm here at the end. As you can see, this is what it looks like. I love these two colors, the pink and the gray, and this is what it looks like from the back. I did a total of 18 rows. I think I told you to do about 15, but I decided to just continue and do 18. As it is, it measures from top to bottom 8 inches or 20.5 centimeters. Okay, so now we're going to start working our reductions. Here, I just need to finish my last bean stitch of this row, and I wanted to show you how we're going to complete this final row. Okay, so I have, let's see, 6 loops. I'm going to drop my pink, and with the gray, I'm going to close, chain 1, and with the pink in front of it, I'm going to make a slip stitch, chain 1. Okay, and then now this pink color that we have here, we're going to secure it so that it doesn't come undone, and I'm just going to insert my hook back in here and grab a loop just like this, and work a slip stitch. And that creates a little knot. We're going to pull it, and now this part here is nice and secured. Okay, so you're going to just hide your remaining yarn, and now we're going to continue with the gray. Turn. Okay, and now we're going to work single crochets into each one of these bean stitches, just like this, and all the way around. Okay, I'll meet you at the end to show you the next row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this single crochet round. Now I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch, and now I'm going to chain 1, and into the same single crochet that's right here, I'm going to make a single crochet, but into the next 2 I'm going to make a stitch reduction. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and close. Again, a single crochet into this next one, and a reduction stitch into the next one. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, close. And then again, single crochet, and one more time. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and close. You're going to continue like this with this sequence. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. Now all I need to do here is just join to the beginning with a slip stitch. I've already cut my yarn, and make sure you leave a long tail because we're going to use it to weave in the top of the hat and close it. So with that, I'm just going to make my slip stitch and pass this through this last stitch and pull and close. Now it's in there nice and secured. And with the same string here, or with the same yarn, I'm going to just make a loop here because it's easier for me to tie it at the end when there's a loop once we weave the yarn through this part here. So I'm just going to put this through a needle just like this, and now I'm just going to weave every other stitch. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, I'm going to skip this next one, and every other one I'm going to just weave it through. Okay, just like this, all the way around. And the last one is this one here. And now all you have to do is just pull, and it should close for you right there. Pull it nice and tight. Make a knot here on top, just like that. I'm going to turn it over, show you this is what it looks like once it's done. Okay, here you're gonna have to choose what side You want this on this side, the pink is more dominant, whereas this side it's the gray color. So I like this side better. So, and here's your finished hat. This is what it looks like. Here I'm going to put a pom-pom, but if you don't want a pom-pom, this is what it looks like from the top. Okay, and there it is. That's your hat, your bean stitch hat in 2 colors. So let me come back and show you how it looks with a pom-pom on. Okay, so here's my finished hat. This is what it looks like with a pom-pom on. You can leave it out. It's up to you. You can also choose whichever side you want. This side, this is what it looks like for me. I love the way that the gray looks here more defined, whereas this one here, it's the pink that looks more defined. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.